Hello every pony and every Pegasisters and yeah, you know. Today I'm not going to sing, thank God for that. I'm going to read a fanfic. It's called My Only Sunshine, which is written by the Soft Autumn Winds. And yeah, it's based on Scootaloo, it seems. A younger Scootaloo than the current. So, let's start. This will be the first reading of a fanfic I've ever done. I might not like it. Let's see, shall we? Scootaloo, look at this one. Scootaloo's mother pointed to a small white dove sitting on a nearby branch. The bird... look, you see? Anyways. The few birds of the cold season were beautiful. The young filly ran over to her mother to admire the bird. Scootaloo and her mother enjoyed seeing the plush winter birds in December. Hang on, Scootaloo. She bit the foal's scarf to tighten it, pulling hard. Scootaloo pulled in the other direction, eager to explore. Scootaloo's mother let go, sending the foal racing off. Don't go too far, the mother yelled to the filly, who was running off behind the pine trees. Okay, mommy, she shouted back from the trees. Her high, squeaky voice meant she was still a very young filly. Not old enough to go to the local schoolhouse, but old enough to go out with her mother into the everfree forest during the winter. Oh dear God. The mare looked up, noticing greyish clouds forming above the two while they were enjoying the cold weather. Scootaloo, we're going to be... Scootaloo, we're going to be going home soon, Scootaloo's mother shouted in the direction the filly ran off to. Okay, mommy. Her voice was much more distant this time, and the mother grew worried. Scootaloo's young and naive mind would get her into some trouble, considering she can't fly yet. Scootaloo! The concerned mother shouted into the forest. There was no answer. Scootaloo! She screamed this time, in a desperate attempt to get a response. She began trotting off the train and into the tree line where Scootaloo ran off. The frantic mother ran deeper into the forest. Scootaloo! Hun, where are you, Scootaloo? She spun in all directions, searching for a sign of the little orange filly. Mommy! A wave of relief ran over the panting mare when she heard the tiny voice of her foal from behind a tree. She ran towards the voice to find Scootaloo hiding behind a tree. You found me, Mommy! You win, Mommy! Scootaloo reached out to hug her mother. Scootaloo, don't ever run away from me like that. Do you understand? The mare was in a state of concerned anger. I'm sorry, Mummy. Don't be mad. Scootaloo's mother embraced her filly in a tight hug. I'm not mad, sweetie. You just scared me. She kissed Scootaloo on the forehead to reinsure her love. I love you, Mommy. Scootaloo was confused. She didn't know she had done something wrong. I love you too, Scootaloo. She wrapped her hooves around Scootaloo. Okay. The mare felt the wind pick up the temperature drop. The wind was beginning to pick up. A short chill was sent through the air. The mare looked around. She didn't see the path. In fact, she didn't even know which was the path was. What the hell? Anyways. Scootaloo sat on the grass underneath a tree. Pegasi didn't normally get lost. A keen sense of direction is built into their skin and blood. If a Pegasus pony did get lost, they would fly above the treetops to search for the path. But the mother to stay earthbound with her foal. Scootaloo is too young to fly, so she couldn't use her wings. Even if the mother just took off for a few seconds, Scootaloo could run off and hide again. She stayed on the ground with her foal. The sun was mostly behind the hills and setting. A small white blur caught her attention when it hovered past her. She looked up to see it was snowing. Scootaloo was trying to gather the snowflakes in her mouth, like she had seen other ponies do. Scootaloo, follow me. She tugged on the filly's scarf and started walking in the direction she hoped she came from. It was difficult to tell. It began to snow harder. Although the snow didn't stick on the forest floor, it melted instantly. They walked on, first for 5 minutes, then for 10 minutes. The snow began pouring oh god, grammar, pouring down on the two ponies, covering any evidence of the path. Even there any what the hell? Even there any hoof prints they made would fill up with the frozen snow. The snow began covering the trees and grass, creating one wide white plain. The snowstorm thickened, now getting colder from the lack of sunlight. Scootaloo's mother became confused. All the trees looked the same, and the thick snow fog only made it more difficult to see the path. She kept glaring back through the snow to make sure that her foal wasn't too far behind. The mother was walking slowly, but Scootaloo was barely moving at all against the frozen winter winds. "Stay with me, Scootaloo," the worried mother shouted behind her to the worn-out foal. "Okay, Mommy." Where is it? Oh god. "Okay, Mommy." Her voice was faint and drowned out by the hum of the wind against her ears. She stopped to look around. Nothing seemed familiar. The trees and rocks were buried in ice, and snow mixtured with dirt and pine needles. Her coat was soaked in snow that melted when it mixed with a little heat on her fur. Scootaloo was up to her belly, clearly struggling to keep with her mother. The mare herself was exhausted. They had been walking for an hour now, feeling every snowflake as it fell on their noses. The night was harsh and frozen. The mother was drained of her energy. "Mommy!" The tiny voice of Scootaloo was heard behind her. She turned around. She turned around. Scootaloo's mother saw the orange pony kneeling down in a fawn position in the snow. She ran towards her. "Come on, Scootaloo, stand up!" She pushed Scootaloo with her nose to help her stand, but she only sat back down. The mother knew Scootaloo was exhausted and couldn't go much farther. What the hell? She lay down next to her. The mare began to cry when she saw the once fully energized filly she raised in such a weak state in the freezing snow. Her heavy, rapid breathing meant she needed rest. A young pony should never have to go through this. Scootaloo's mother was in not better condition. She was much older and had less energy in her than Scootaloo did. She was not meant for the snow, and the scarf and boots to be put on weren't protecting. What? She was not meant for the snow, and the scarf and boots she put on weren't protecting her from the wet ice soaking the pony. She put her wing over Scootaloo to keep her warm, disregarding her own need for warmth. "I want to go home, Mommy," Scootaloo said to her mother. She was looking down at the ground, tears growing in her eyes. The older pony didn't respond. The snow was building up around the two, so they lay on the ground. Scootaloo pushed herself into her mother's side to get out of the cold. The mare tucked her wing around Scootaloo, creating a blanket for the filly. Scootaloo didn't quite understand the significance of her situation. Of the situation here, I think it is. And her creating a blanket for the filly. Scootaloo didn't quite understand the significance of the situation her and her mother were in. She was simply too young and naive. The mother looked into the innocent purple eyes of the she-filly. What the hell? God. Anyways. "Don't cry, Scootaloo. It's okay." The mother nudged Scootaloo to comfort her. The filly's purple mane fell into her eyes. Scootaloo was similar to her mother in many ways. She had the same purple mane and eyes. Even her smile resembled that of the mare's. She kissed Scootaloo on the forehead. The sobbing filly looked at her mother with wet eyes. She was weak, drained of life. The chances of any pony finding them out here were small, and she knew it. The mother looked back at Scootaloo, who lay next to her, teary-eyed. Scootaloo's mother knew how upset and distraught Scootaloo was. She remembered her own mother, and how she used to sing to her when she was sad. The soothing voice of her mother put her to sleep when she couldn't on her own. Scootaloo put her head down of the small grass patch she created from sitting there. The mother knew this could be the last time her and her foal were together. The mare's old body wasn't built for this cold weather. She looked back at her and began singing, and I'm not going to sing at all. Oh, I remember this from another fanfic. Yeah, okay, I'm not going to sing it, because I don't know how it goes, but I will always just read it. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are grey. You never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. That was beautiful. Scootless smiled at her singing mother. The mare kissed her cheek and continued. Oh, even more. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are grey. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. Please don't take my sunshine away. Please don't take my sunshine away. And then, yeah, it's a dropout. Scootaloo had fallen asleep under her dying mother wing. Oh, dear, no. Her stuttered breaths were silent but barely heard. The mother smiled at her peaceful foal, knowing that she had done the best she could to protect her youngster, but she also knew and accepted her fate. She laid her head on the grass in sheltered patch she created for the filly and closed her eyes. Please don't take my sunshine away. The weak mare murmured her final words, making a mental deal with Mother Nature to take her, but protect her filly. The mother had done her job, the one job she had, to bring and protect new life, her sunshine. Oh, that was extremely good. Okay, that was the first chapter. Now to the second chapter, which is named what? Slow internet. Okay, it doesn't say anything. Okay, chapter 2. Over here, we found them! A stallion's voice called from outside. Scootaloo lay silent underneath the snow, mound with her mother, her breathing as light and delicate like sleeping bears. A light blue hoof came pounding through the snow, tearing it away from Scootaloo. The filly watched with open eyes as another hoof, a white one, came through and dug into the snow. The sudden light blinded the weak filly. Murmured voices and crunching hoofs agents the snow circled the ponies. Okay. Stallions in orange vests were brushing off the snow that surrounded the two. Scootaloo didn't move. She only watched. Scootaloo's mother lay still as they uncovered her, pausing when they saw the light orange mare, then continued to dig around her. A white muzzle came through the snow, grabbing Scootaloo's tail and pulling her out. Okay. Away from her mother's protection. The frozen snow startled her. The white coat, blue man pony, manned. What? I think it's meant to be maned. Blue maned pony stood over Scootaloo as she lay on her back in the snow, looking up at him with tired eyes. The white stallion ran back over the still mare in the snow. He stepped back. Scootaloo turned her head. A pale orange coat, partly buried by snow, lay motionless. She was quiet. Scootaloo was quickly picked up and put in a nearby cart. Eyes looked in anticipation at her mother's body. Scootaloo's mane was frosted in wet snow with patches of ice caught in her tail. She sat in the small wooden cart, watching the ponies lift her mother's head out of the snow. Upon seeing this lifelike movement from her mother, she shouted out to her, "Mommy!" She jumped forward, but was stopped by a light pink mare biting her tail to keep her from jumping off the cart. Scootaloo looked back at the pink pony. The mare shook her head with sympathetic eyes. The cart started forward away. The cart started forward away from group of orange-vested ponies surrounding the still mare. The cart pulled on until the troops of stallions were out of sight. Oh god. Okay. And then that was fast one. Okay. Author's note. I know the scene went fast, but I was trying to show how quickly she was taken away. Don't forget to rate and comment. Okay. So that was the end of it. Huh. Okay. Poor little Scootaloo. Lost her mother. Aww. Okay, it was a good one. It was short. I give it a 10 out of 10. No, maybe not. I think I would give it 6 out of 10. Because it's good, it's quick, and I got this feeling. It was really good. I'm not sure what I got there. Anyways, please like, comment, don't subscribe if you don't want to, and goodbye.